On today's Daily Strike, the Lightning can move into first place in the Atlantic Division with a win tonight versus the Maple Leafs. This is the latest news and notes on the Tampa Bay Lightning for Wednesday, April 9th, 2025. I'm Steve Versnick. The Lightning begin a 4-game homestand tonight as Toronto comes to Amalie Arena. The Lightning are just 2 points behind the Maple Leafs for first place in the Atlantic Division after Toronto lost last night to the Panthers. A win in regulation for Tampa Bay tonight, and they'll be tied with Toronto, and they will own the tiebreaker. Jake Gensel.
It's a huge game. We know it's going to be a huge game for our team, and going back home in front of our fans, it's going to be a playoff-like game, and obviously we're really excited for that game.
Braden Point on the matchup.
It's tight. It's home ice, and that means a lot in a 7-game series, and we're just really working on trying to get our game right for the playoffs, and it's going to be a big test against Toronto.
This is the 4th and final regular season meeting between these teams. The Lightning have lost the first 3 games. Nikita Kucherov is in second place in the scoring race now as Nathan MacKinnon got 1 point on Tuesday night. Kucherov has 115 points with 5 games to play, while MacKinnon has just 3 remaining. Head coach John Cooper on Cooch.
Every year you seem to marvel at something, and that's just another. It's an amazing stat, and what's probably going to end up being a Hall of Fame career. You look at last year, he gets 100 assists, and throws him in the company that in that group he was up with last year, and so just don't take him for granted because he's a special player, and he's been doing that for us for a long time, and hopefully many more years to come.
Andre Vasilevsky's win on Monday was the 330th of his NHL career, tying him with Harry Lumley for the 30th most all-time. He has 3 wins from tying Gump Worsley and former Lightning goalie Nikolai Javy-Bulin for 27th on the all-time list. Ryan McDonagh continues to lead the NHL in plus-minus at a plus 42. He is 2 ahead of Alexei Protas. McDonagh has 30 points for the 8th time in his career. Dave Mishkin and Greg Linnelli will preview tonight's Lightning Maple Leafs matchup on Lightning Power Lunch today at noon Eastern. You can listen in the Lightning mobile app or watch the live stream on Facebook, X, and the Lightning Audio Network's YouTube channel. If you miss it, you can download the audio in your favorite podcast app and listen on demand. The Lightning are scheduled to have a morning skate, then they'll host the Maple Leafs tonight. Puck drop on Wednesday at Amalie Arena is 7:12 p.m. Eastern on our Neurodiversity Night presented by Jabil. We're helping to raise awareness for individuals and families navigating neurodiverse life pathways. Our radio pregame coverage will get underway at 6:30 on 102.5 The Bone and in the Lightning mobile app. The game will air on FanDuel Sports Network. The Stanley Cup playoffs begin in 10 days on April 19th. Single-game tickets for first-round home playoff games are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Tampa Bay's 2025 postseason presented by Advent Health. On this week's Block Party podcast, presented by High Lie IPA, Greg Wolf and Braden Coburn are joined by former Lightning forward Nate Thompson. He discussed playing for the Lightning and a funny story when he was traded away.
Sunday night, and I get I see my caller ID and it says Steve Yzerman. I was like, well, he's probably not calling to chat. And so he trades me to Anaheim.
Right.
And at the end, Steve's a great guy and was so good to me. And he's like, Nate, if there's anything you need, let me know. And I said, well, actually, Steve, there's one thing. And he's like, what's that? I was like, can I get a signed jersey? And he kind of he was taken back a little bit. He's like, what do you mean, like a Tampa one? I'm like, no, Steve. I'm like,
no, Steve.
Detroit Red Wings Steve Yzerman jersey. He kind of laughs and chuckles. And then fast forward, I'm playing for Montreal and we go to Detroit. I link up with the team service people, and he remembered, and I had the signed jersey for me after the game.
Download the Block Party in your favorite podcast app or watch episodes on the Lightning's YouTube channel.
This day in Lightning history.
It was on this date in 1994 that goaltender Wendell Young stopped all 32 shots he faced for a 3-1 win in Boston. It was the Lightning's first regulation win at the Bruins. They wouldn't win another one in regulation until the 2005-2006 regular season. Happy birthday to defenseman Drew Bannister, who played 98 games over 3 seasons from 1995 to 1999. He scored 5 goals. And goalie Brian Elliott, who was in net for 41 games from 2021 to 2023. Thank you for listening to The Daily Strike for Wednesday, April 9th, 2025. I'm Steve Versnick, where every day is hockey day.